Larry Neal was a mentally ill heart patient who was secretly arrested in Memphis in mid-July 2003 and detained until his death on August 1st, 2003, here in the Shelby County Jail. Larry spent most of his life from his early childhood in mental institutions, specifically the Western State Mental Hospital in Bolivar, Tennessee. Now, during the 70s, mental hospitals changed from keeping just about anybody who was mentally ill to releasing those who appeared to present no threat to the public. So after release from Western State, Larry was arrested numerous times in Memphis for misdemeanors connected with his handicap, paranoid schizophrenia. His family's request to the state of Tennessee that Larry be hospitalized were not met. Occasionally they would grant that request on a temporary basis in situations where there was a crisis intervention. The last 10 years of Larry's life, he suffered from really severe respiratory problems and a heart condition, and as a result, he was always on prescription medications. He had to have them in order to live. During the 18 days of Larry's final incarceration here, his family and state-appointed social worker searched for him as a missing person. The jail falsely and repeatedly reported that neither Larry Neal nor a John Doe fitting his description were incarcerated. It's therefore reasonable to assume that none of Larry's prescription medications were provided during his incarceration, and more than likely that caused his death. Larry had suffered similar arrests in the very same facility here for misdemeanors related to his mental illness, the last of which was only 2 weeks before he was incarcerated and died here. The Memphis police had on many occasions provided transport for him for emergency medical treatment during his psychotic episodes for 20 years. Memphis police were totally aware of Larry's condition, had contact information for his social worker and his family, and they would call them whenever he was arrested on public nuisance charges, panhandling and the like, at least until the last time he was arrested. Prior to Larry's final incarceration, whenever he was arrested, people would contact the social worker and the family. Given the long history that Larry had with the Memphis police, it's impossible for his family to believe that the Shelby County Jail did not know that Larry had been under arrest for this period of time prior to his death, and that his family was agonizing over his whereabouts, searching for him as a missing person. But the police repeatedly denied having him. Fingerprinting is a routine part of arrest procedures, so they would have known exactly who they had because Larry had been fingerprinted here many times before. But instead, Larry's family spent weeks looking for him while he suffered and died right here in this jail. One might speculate that perhaps the police got tired of all the work they had to do as a caretaker for Larry over the years, and they let him die. Larry would stand and sing loud on street corners, bother pedestrians for handouts, eat in grocery stores without paying, and things like that. They secretly arrested Larry, had him incarcerated for 18 days, lied to his family and the social worker, denied his arrest, and then apparently killed him by undisclosed means. Now the real kicker, neither the jail nor the U.S. Department of Justice will release any records or any information about the incarceration and death of Larry Neal.